Welcome back to Château de Capella, and it's another beautiful day in the mountains for us to show you what's going on at the chateau. And we start with something old, something inside the house, and we go into the master bedroom, where, as you'll see, we had to take up the old floorboards and replace them because there was way too much damage for it to be a safe place for the dog, let alone my family. With the help of this wood, we helped turn the old room into something a little bit more like this. And here we will show you some of the photos. I also want to talk about Movo and how they helped us to improve the audio recording, which is happening on all these YouTube videos.
Here we are in the master bedroom, or what is planned to be our master bedroom in the chateau. And as you can see, the floor has been taken up. Well, I hope you can see. I can't actually see through the camera, but I'll pick it up in a minute. It's really difficult. I'd have to be outside the window to set that one up properly. So the floor's been taken up in here because it was double skinned. There was a layer of old flooring and then some very old flooring, and then the chevrons or beams underneath. And the very old flooring underneath was rotten. You can see part of it here. So very old flooring is paper with holes and crumbly, and it will be unsafe to leave it under there because it will cause gaps and it will attract worms to continue eating the newer flooring on top. And anyway, the newer flooring on top, when we had a look, also had worms in it and it wasn't great. So in order to make the place safe for our family to live in, because we have 3 children who love to run and jump, and basically safe anyway, it had to come out, as has a lot of the flooring on this side of the property. This has been the worst affected. It's also a softwood floor. This is all pine across here, whereas the north half of the house is all oak. So it's lasted a lot better, and the worms don't seem to get into it so much. We're now in the process of having a look at the chevrons. The chevrons look mostly good in here. There might be 5 or 6 we need to replace in total, and we're hoping it'll be an easy exercise. If I show you some of the things that are going on, this is above the drawing room, which is already finished. Hence you can see the insulation and the new plasterboard underneath. There's the new plasterboard you can see, and the insulation, which is just pulled back to have a look. So some of the beams aren't that great. Hello dog, you want to come and say hello? Stand aside for a minute please. Some of the beams aren't that great. This is where it sits onto the beam underneath as well, this section here. So this is probably going to be replaced because it's not strong enough. Even if the heartwood inside the oak is still good, the fact that there's only a small rotten bit that takes the weight onto the beam, it won't be sufficient. And where there was some water damage previously in the property, before the roof was replaced, this corner is not the best. You can see, so this is part of a beam which has come off, obviously not the heartwood in the middle, but still not great. And this beam, for example, is too short, doesn't actually go into the stone wall. So there'll be a couple here which we decide to replace and tidy up and make stronger, given this is going to be our family home for a long period to come. There's some massive, fantastic big beams here that hold the fireplace up, and they look really good. And all these beams are oak, so they're better than some of the pine beams across the rest of the property. So these big, massive, strong oak ones underneath the fireplace are really fantastic. This is also the room with the painting, the parrots, which has attracted a lot of attention recently. I have been into some detail to try and find a signature, and of course I can't find anything. But I'm also the guy who has to ask my wife where everything is in the house, so I'm probably the least qualified person to be looking for a signature. I was looking in one of the corners, especially down the bottom, but if this guy has a habit of hiding a signature in a flower or the eye of the parrot, I guess buggered if I'd be able to find it would be one of the phrases I'd use. There's some interesting things though. There's some kind of building structure in the background. What else did I see? Obviously some mountains at the top. So the more I looked, and here we go, there's a bee flying to the flowers. The more I looked at it, the detail was coming out at me, but no detail of a signature that I could find anywhere. It gets a bit dark down here, and that made me a bit curious, but yeah, still couldn't find anything which I would said, it's Bob Geldof or anyone else. So, the mystery for now remains open. So this is the flooring from the master bedroom we were just looking at a minute ago in the video. And as you can see, plenty of wormholes all the way through. most of it is not very good. Hello, Belle the dog. You want to be on the camera too. Goodness, but you're desperate to be a famous dog. Yeah, so there you go. There's a bit. So, lovely planks 50 years ago, 100 years ago. Not maintained, not looked after, too much water from a broken roof, and voila. My plan today is to do one of those, you know, click your fingers and the wood goes from there into the van. So we'll see how that works. I'll try again. Click. How's that work? Snap. Ah, seems like it's managed to sort itself out. Someone even swept the stairs. My goodness, that clicking, snapping fingers is a brilliant idea. I should try it again. Right, off to the déchetterie to recycle all the old wood into toilet paper, I guess. Very good.
The whole sawmill smells of freshly cut wood.
It does, doesn't it? So here I am. I'm with my Mr. Helper, and we've just got our wooden flooring. Can we see it very well in this? Look at that. All packed, all different lengths, some short, some medium, some mega longs. It's all very exciting. It's about to get loaded into the empty van. You gonna help?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna carry the big ones or the medium ones or the small ones?
I'll try and carry the small one.
You'll try and carry the small ones. You'll be fine. And here we are at the sawmill. It's all happening. Chainsaws, forklifts, you name it. Welcome to life in France. Hi everyone. I actually wanted to say a quick shout out and a bit of a review for a product that we were given. You know that we don't have much IT budget for these videos, as you've seen based on the quality. And towards the start, a lot of you were saying that we need to get better sound. So we reached out to a few companies, and one of the leading companies, Movo, got back in touch with us and agreed to send us a trial promotional kit. It's worked out really good. It's a set of 2 mics, so I'm speaking in one and there's one here. It's clip-on. I think it takes 2 AA's from memory. I can have a quick look. 2 AA's. Light as anything really. And it comes with a lapel clip-on mic, and the 2 units plug into a tiny little thing about as big as my thumb that sticks into the bottom of my Samsung Android phone. It's fairly easy to use. When we started, we had a couple of issues, but that was us getting to know how to use the equipment. It is the WMX one, and that's the Edge, I think, or the 2 lapel kit. It's definitely improved our audio. We can see by the feedback we've had on the videos. And I just wanted to say a big thanks to the Movo crew. I think the kit's quite good. It's quite light. The sound quality is quite good, and it's really easy to use. It's literally plug and play. It just says when I take a video that audio is being recorded through the USB, and it simply comes in through this. It's definitely cleverer than I am. But for the purposes of adding audio to this, I think Movo's done a great job, and I'd recommend their wireless mics. Thanks, Movo.
If you would like to follow us on any of our other social media channels, you can do so on Instagram at Château de Capella, on Facebook on our public page, which is also Château de Capella, or the private group, The Chronicles of Château de Capella. For more information, you can have a look at the description on this video. Thank you for watching, and we hope you have enjoyed it. See you soon.